back to my new updated and improved channel. I know that it's been a while since I've done a video. The whole grad school life kind of got in the way and I didn't have any time to do anything that I enjoy my profession, but like my fun like hobbies on the side. And I really love creating videos and content for you all. And so the other day on my Instagram, I asked if y'all would like to see this makeup look, which is like my go-to makeup look for everything. Whether it's just, I just feel like doing my makeup one day. Like today I'm gonna be having pictures taken for my new job. And I don't want to be too beat because I don't want my clients to come meet me and be on days that I'm like, I'm not gonna do all my makeup. I'm just gonna throw something on and go. I want them to be shocked and be like, who are you? So this is kind of just like my neutral. I don't like saying natural because we all know no one naturally, has all even skin and, shiny cheeks or anything like that. But it is like a neutral look. It's not too much. It's really good for if you're just like going on errands, hanging out with friends. Sometimes I do this as a date night look. Depending on like where I'm gonna go out to eat, if it's more like casual, if it's a little bit more like fancy, I will do a little bit more zhuzh, or maybe this look with like a matte lip or something more pigmented on my lips. But this is the look that I like to go with. So yeah, I'm excited to show you all the first new video of 2021. So let's get started. Okay, so we're doing all my skincare, and I can go over that in a whole other video if y'all are interested in that. But first I'm going to start with my Fenty beauty primer. This is the Soft Silk. I have normal to dry skin, so I really like this primer because it's very hydrating. Okay, so I kind of like let my primer set. I go ahead and do my eyebrows. So I just go ahead and grab a little spoolie and I brush them out. And then I really been liking the Benefit Precisely My Brow products. I just think it's really precise and a little bit more natural looking, which is what I like for my eyebrows, but it's not to the point where it doesn't look like I didn't put anything on either. I take the little spool and I kind of blend it a little bit. And you don't have to do this, but I just like to blend it out because I feel like if I don't, I kind of look like that little Woolly Willy magnet game that we used to play, where you can move around the magnetized stuff and make the picture have like a mustache or a unibrow or whatever. So I do like to blend it out, but not too much. I really like these products. I used to use the Anastasia Dip Brow. I think all of us did at one point, but then it got to the point where I was just like, this is too much. I spend like 30 minutes on my eyebrows and I just want to do them and go. So I really like this because it's a little bit more natural looking, but it's not too natural. It doesn't look like you're not wearing anything because I'm not wearing makeup to not look like I'm wearing makeup. Okay, so I do like to cut my brows. I know a lot of people don't really do that much, but I like it. I like the way that it looks. So I'm using the Glossier Stretch Concealer in G7. I really like Glossier's products. I like their concealer for spot treatment, kind of covering up stuff. I don't like it for my under eye because since it is very like hydrating, I just feel like it creases a little bit too easily. But I usually just take it and wipe it on the back of my hand, and I use an angled brush. Kind of blend it. I'm going to be putting on foundation, so I don't have to blend it too much because it's going to, get a little bit more blended out then. Okay, so then I go in with my Anastasia Brow Gel. I just use the clear one. I don't need one that has tint in it. I feel like my eyebrows are dark enough, so I don't need any extra help in that department. I just need more help like filling and shading. And I really do like this eyebrow gel because it doesn't make my eyebrows feel funny, and I feel like it does hold the way that I set them. Primer has kind of set and everything. I'm going to be using, this is one that I really like to use just for like a quick look. If I'm doing something like more dressy, more, you know, just trying to look a little bit more glamorous or whatever, I'll use, oh, what is it? My Too Faced foundation. I don't know why I'm blinking there. But just for like a quick, you know, going out to dinner or just want to do my makeup for the day or something like that. This is kind of like just like my simple go-to makeup look that I do. So I do use the Glossier Perfecting Skin Tint in G7. I know that they do have a lot more shades than they did when they first came out, and I really like this. It gives me just the right amount of coverage. I know a lot of people complain because they're used to just like that full coverage thick foundation, and this isn't like that, but it's enough to like make your skin even, which is kind of what I need it for whenever I'm just doing a quick thing. So I just kind of doodle all over my face. It is in a squeeze thing. And then for this product, I just use my hands. Always make sure your hands are clean before you do your makeup in general, but I use my fingers. I know I used to use my hands a lot for my makeup when I first started out, like in middle school and high school, because, you know, sponges and brushes weren't like they were today. But for this product, I just feel like I don't want my sponge to absorb it because it is so thin, and I don't like using brush with it. I just feel like it doesn't stay on as much as it would. As you can see, it does give a very nice coverage. Okay, so the next thing I do is I take my Too Faced Born This Way multi-use sculpting concealer, and this one is in natural beige. This is the one that I use under my eyes, and I love this concealer. I wish everyone would use it because I think it gives such good coverage. It just blends really nice. It feels nice. It doesn't crease like immediately. I do set underneath my eyes though, but it doesn't. I blend it out. It's not like it's like layers of cake. I do go back in with my Glossier Stretch Concealer in G7, and I do use that for like the rest of my face. So my nose, for instance, is a little bit of a different color than the rest of my face. It's like a little bit reddish. So I like this one for my nose because especially during the times whenever the seasons are transitioning and changing and things like that, my nose gets super dry. So even though that the Too Faced concealer is hydrating, I just feel like it clings a little bit too much, and since this one is more like thin and liquidy and everything, it just kind of blends on there. And then I am going to use a little bit on my face just where I have like a little red areas. While I let that sit, sometimes depending on the day, I'll spray a little bit of setting spray on there too. I'm probably not going to do that today because I don't really have like plans today. I'm just doing my makeup just to take a couple pictures for my job. So I thought I would go ahead and just do a little makeup tutorial for you guys since you all said that you were interested in seeing it. I would. I'm going to end up using the setting spray. So this is my Too Faced Hangover 3-in-1 setting spray. I really like it. I also like the MAC Fix Plus setting spray too, especially if I don't need something to like set my makeup, but I just need something to kind of I'll blend all of it. And I like to also spray it on top of my powders to not look so powdery and kind of melt everything together. So the only thing I don't like about this is after some time the lid kind of leaks a little bit. So it does get a little annoying in that area when you spray it and it's like dripping on your fingers and stuff, but it is a really good product and I do really like it. And so then I take my favorite sponges, which are the Beauty Bakery sponges. I know they are dirty, but I just used them not too long ago. But I really like these because they are, one, you get like 6 of them in a little pack. It's like a little egg carton and they're super cute, and these are their blending sponges. I got these during Black History Month. They came out with black ones, so I really like that. But the way that they feel, I just feel like they hold up a lot better than my beauty blender did. It started kind of falling apart, and it's silly to pay for $20 for one sponge, and I can't remember the price for these, but you get 6 of them for like maybe around the same price. I might be lying, I don't know. But I do really like these sponges a lot. So as you can see, blends very nicely. Still got a little bit of that shine. Like, I love these so much. So this is the Glossier Cloud Paint. It's their cream blushes, and I have them in every color that they came out with, I'm pretty sure. But this color is Beam, and it's like a pinky, just really pretty color. And I love these because I don't like using too much powder, because I do tend to get dry skin sometimes, and I love that I found a liquid blush that I really like and just blends so beautifully into your skin. And I've seen some people, this is what I had the issues with. When I first got it, I didn't like it, and that's because how people blend it out was with their fingers. So they would pat it on their cheeks, and then they would just blend out with their fingers. When I did that, it was like taking off my foundation. Like you could see where my fingers were. So I didn't like them. And then I got the idea one day to just use one of my brushes for it. And so I used my BH Cosmetics. It's the Studio Pro 4. It's just like a flat top brush. And I used this to blend it out. And that's when I fell in love, because it blends so beautifully. I love it. And I just kind of do like tap motions, a little bit of sweeping to blend it a little bit. But look at that. Look how nice that is. And you can definitely layer it. Sometimes I mix the colors together if I am not quite wanting like too much of a, you know, blush look, or if I don't want too much of like a natural look, I might mix one of the darker colors with it. But I love these so much, and I definitely love applying them with the brush. Alrighty, so after I do my blush, then I go back in with my beauty blender. Not beauty blender, because it's not that great, but you all know what I'm saying. I go back underneath my eyes just to make sure everything there is set, nothing is creased. It usually does not, but I do just in case on the tops of my eyes too. I take my Too Faced. I love Too Faced. I love the Born This Way stuff. That's why I have a lot of other stuff. But I take the Too Faced Born This Way Ethereal setting powder in translucent, a different beauty blender, not the one I use for my foundation, a damp one, and I just kind of pat it in there, pat it on the back of my hand, and go underneath my eyes and really press that in. Just kind of melts into your skin. So I do that. And then I take my Sephora MicroSmooth powder. This one is in Tan 35. And so I also use this to set my whole face, because I have noticed when I try to do like my contour or anything, if I don't set it, it does not blend out very well. And what I like about this powder is that even though I have powder on, I still See how I still have like a natural skin look, which is what I really like about this, because it's really hard to find a setting powder that doesn't take away that glow from all your liquid products. I do bring it down on my neck. I don't know why I've always been like sus of the Sephora brand makeup. I don't know what put that in my mind where I was like, that one's not as good, but really it is good. I don't know why we treat it like it was just garbage or something, but it is actually really good, and I love that powder. I'm really glad that I started using that for like my all over setting powder. So next I'm gonna take also a Sephora brand, the bronzing face powder in Fiji medium 4. I'm using my BH Cosmetics 136 brush. It's just an angled flat top brush. And even though I like a nice natural makeup, I love a cheek contour. So I will always do that. I like them to look like I could cut you just by turning my head. And I do take a little bit on my temples. And I also do just lightly on my jawline. And then I still like to bake under my contour. Or I know this looks crazy, but trust me, it'll look okay. So you're gonna look like Neapolitan ice cream for a little bit. That's okay. That's okay. You're gonna end up cute. So I also like to keep the powder under my eye setting, not only because we ain't trying to get creasy or anything, but also I do a little bit of eyeshadow, not as much as I do when I'm doing like, you know, like a date night look, like evening look, something special or something like that. But I do like to put a little bit of color in my eyes. And my favorite eyeshadow palette, I have so many, and I just keep using this one. And I've been using it for the past 2 years since it came out. But the Jacki Aina Anastasia Beverly Hills palette, I just love it. It's super dirty, but I just love like all the colors. You can do something simple, you can do something natural. If you want to be a little spicy, you can put on some red eyeshadow, purples. This one is like a green purple that like changes colors. I love it. So you have to pry this out of my cold dead hands before you tell me to stop using it. But I do take my fluffy BH Cosmetics 140 brush, and also I really like BH Cosmetics. I know a lot of people like the fancy expensive brushes, but these work amazing, and they're cheap, and they don't act cheap, because I got some cheap brushes from Walmart and they act cheap and they got thrown away and replaced. But this is the 140 brush, and I love this for eyeshadow. I'm doing it all over color look, or just like for my crease. It's like fluffy. It's so nice. So I'm gonna use ginger, which is kind of like this orangey brown color, a little bit more brown than like the dress I'm wearing right now. This looks really orange, but it is like a brownish orange color. And I just kind of tap that in there, knock off any excess. And I do start with my crease. I don't go up too far, but I just start with my crease and do circular motions. And then just kind of have it all over my lid. And then I take my e.l.f. angled brush. It says angled contour brush, but I've always used this for eyeshadow. I've had it for so long. It's not as defined angled as it once was when it was still young and firm. But I use the angled part in my crease like that, and I just kind of blend it out. So now that I've done my eyeshadow, I will curl my lashes. Take this flat top e.l.f. powder brush and I just use it to kind of sweep that away. And as you can see, beautiful. And I'm going to use it just to blend out my contour. I told you, you're gonna look like Neapolitan ice cream, but you're gonna look like a little ice cream snack by the time you're done. I try to say the look is gonna be natural. I was gonna do highlight. I've tried to just be like, no, it's fine, no highlight. I can't. I gotta always have highlight, always. So we're gonna do highlight after we do this mascara. I just use the NARS Climax mascara. It's not clumpy. And I put on my mascara a little bit different than some people. Sometimes I just blink to run it through all the way. But look at that difference. I mean, I got eyelashes, but I like my eyelashes a little dramatic. When I do this kind of more simple look, I don't put mascara on my bottom lashes, I just put on my top. I feel like it looks like too much when I put on my bottom, and I'm not wearing like any kind of eyeliner or anything. Do what you want, but to me, I don't like that, so I don't do it. I'm a little torn on what contour, or not contour, what highlight I want to use. Sometimes I use the Anastasia Glow Kit, the Sun Dipped one, and sometimes I use the Fenty Killawatt highlighter, the Ginger Binge and Moscow Mule. It's like a pink rose gold color. There's two different ones. I usually use this one on this side because it's a little, and you can see it's a little bit more shimmery, and I like that shimmer on my face. And then the Sun Dipped one, it's more like warm colors. So I'm just gonna use both because let's be honest, I usually do use both sometimes because I can't decide. So I usually take the color Bronzed, which is like a nice, just like light golden color. I like it especially when I do like this kind of like warm, natural, neutral look. I wouldn't say natural because obviously it does look like I'm wearing makeup, but more like a neutral look. And I'm going to use my Beige Cosmetics 133 brush and just do some little circles. And I do the, what color is this one? The Moscow Mule, just a little bit, just tap tap, knock it off. And I do a little bit of that on top. I'm not pushing down, I'm like barely touching my face, just like a little sweep. You might think that looks like a lot. No, because then I take my powder brush, my BH Cosmetics Studio Pro, it's the number 2 brush, and I just kind of blend it to soften it a little bit. I like the way these colors are together because I still get like that gold shimmer, but with my pink blush, they just really go well together, and I love it. And then I still do a little nose highlight, not too much, not to where it looks like, you know, the glazed donut look. We ain't doing that no more. This is a super beat up e.l.f. brush. It did not used to look like this. It is not an angled brush, I don't think. It's just lost some hairs, but I love it because it's fluffy, and I like how it does have like a little, oh, my bad people, I like how it has like a little tip on it. So I use this Summer shade in the Anastasia, and I just do a little bit right here. on the bridge of my nose. I just do a little bit on the tip. The last thing is inner corner highlight. I still love a good inner corner highlight. I use the, I don't know if they still have these anymore. I did not see these at the store last time I was there. That's how long I've had this, because I think I got these when it was like the new thing or whatever. These are the Maybelline color tattoo, 24-hour color tattoos, whatever. And this is the Barely branded. They're supposed to be like the Maybelline version of like the MAC paint pots that everybody loved in like the 2000s, early 2000s. So, I mean, I don't think they even have these in the stores anymore. It's been so long, but I still have mine and I will be using her until I don't have her anymore. I don't care about the dates. So I just used the end of one of my Naked brushes that came with one of my eyeshadow palettes. I just kind of tap that in there and then rub a little bit on the back of my hand. And then we put her in the corner of our eye. So I use that kind of as a base for the color I do use as my inner corner highlight, which is, of course, in my Jacki Aina palette. See, even the palette on the outside is beautiful. But I like to use Soleil, and I just take my finger and tap that. So that is my full makeup that I do. Usually if it's just like a look like this, depending on what I'm going to be doing later in the day, I might put on a matte lipstick, a really pigmented one or something. Today I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to use my Burt's Bees pomegranate chapstick. Always have your lips moisturized. Don't be letting them get dry. Last and final thing I do, which I really like to do, this is dripping all over the place. I wish I could find, I don't know what to do with my MAC Fix Plus. But I like to take a setting spray. You can use any one that you like. I like the MAC Fix Plus spray for this part. But since I have no idea what I did with it, I'm just going to use my Too Faced Hangover 3-in-1. But I like to spray all over my face. Make sure you keep your face relaxed, because if you start doing all this stuff or whatever, it's going to set that way. But especially after putting on all these powders, I love to spray this because it just melts. I know how I said like everything just like melts together, but this really does. This is an essential step if you don't want to look super powdery, like if you have any texture on your face or anything. I just think it just makes it look beautiful. So take our fan. I got this from Dollar Tree. Y'all can get whatever you want. I just don't use my eyeshadow palettes anymore because sometimes they slip out and they will hit you in the face, and I'm not about that. And then the sponge that I use for my powder, I just take the butt end of it and I go around and I press all over my face to just kind of make sure that all of that is blending together. Okay, and that is my go-to makeup look. It definitely doesn't take as long as it does in this video for me to do, because I don't have to explain everything or talk about what I'm doing or why I like certain things. But I really like it. It's simple, it's quick, it's just a good, like, I don't feel like doing a full beat face. I don't need it today, but I do want to put a little makeup on. I want to look a little more juiced up. So yeah, but that is my go-to. Look at that highlight. Yes, ma'am. But that is my go-to makeup look. So if y'all have not subscribed, please do that down below. If you have any questions or comments, leave those down below. Keep updates, keep up with me, but I hope that you all have a wonderful and blessed day. Bye.